Well, okay, when you were speaking about wanting to get married for the what reasons do you want to get married? And so when you spoke of getting married for the wrong reasons or just being having a partner, I was thinking about my family. And I mean I had my reasons, but my family, I think because I'm older, I told you guys before, my family just thinks that I need somebody. And
Mm.
that's true to a point, but I don't desperately need anybody. Um I'm like April, I feel like I'm confident, but I don't just want to have somebody just for the sake of having somebody. I would want to get married because I would like a covering. I would love a husband that I can sit down and have a cup of coffee with in the morning, and we can begin with prayer or just find out what's going on with each other. That's the reason I want to get married.
Mm. Okay, so can we do the 5 questions with that first one? Why do
Yes,
you want a covering?
because being with the equally yoked man, that's very important as far as my faith walk. I've dated guys that said that they would rather play golf than go to church on Sunday. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no, this will not be for me. I need a man that wants to go to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
So I need him for that reason. Um,
Because you feel
like
it's
I said
very
before,
important.
yeah,
Why
that's
is it
important
important?
because my relationship with Christ. Um, it's very important to me, not just for social settings, but just to feel the love of God. Just because I'm assured of His salvation. So I need someone who can share that with me.
Okay, so to share your relationship with God.
Well, to share, I suppose, to share my relationship with others through my relationship with God. I guess you would say it like that.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
They would
Why?
know. My thing is, I want people when they see me, I want them to see the love of God. That's what I want them to see.
Ooh, me too. I love that reason to see the love of God. Why? Why do you want them to see the love of God?
Because for the reasons that Christ died on the cross for me 2,000 years ago. I want people to know. I mean, that was no small act that he did. And so I definitely I'm always wanting people to know and experience God's love. Recently I had the chance to lead my 11-year-old great granddaughter into
Mm.
the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. And that wasn't something that was my ego. I prayed about it. I felt God leading me to do it, and I told Him to teach me to how to tell her because she's only 11. So I'm like, I know she's not going to understand the way an adult understands,
No.
but God, if you could just show me what to say to her in a way that she could understand it. And so it happened. She asked me, well, what do I need to do? And so we
That's
said the
beautiful.
sinner's prayer.
Thank you for sharing that. I love that. Now let's look at how we went from that original reason of I want to get married because I want a covering to because I want people to see and know the love of God.
Yes.
That is so powerful. That is what I believe marriage, a Christ centered marriage, really does. It allows us to become an example of what is possible when Christ is at the center of our lives. It is allows us to have this opportunity to share this is what real love looks like. The world has a lot of ideas about what love looks like, and they're not very Christ centered.
No.
But we have this amazing opportunity to love in a way that is so abundant, so life giving, so generous, so kind, that really just has so much power on earth to transform our own lives, to transform the lives of generations to come, to be an example to our daughters of what is possible. I mean, one of the reasons I am so emphatic about having a healthy relationship and having a healthy marriage is because of that's what I want for my daughters. I know how close I came. Well, I was in a lot of not great relationships and stuff, but I didn't want to repeat the cycle, and I don't want them to experience it at all. I had low standards when I became an adult, and I want my daughters to start where I end. I have raised my standards for myself, for my relationships, way up here, way up here, and that's where I want my daughters to start. So that is why I do this work, and that is what I want for this community. So thank you, Marlene, for sharing that. It is super powerful. Now, the next question is, would God agree with you?
Oh yes, very definitely.
Yeah. And if God agrees with you and marriage is a way for you to share the love of God with people around the world, what is the kindest thing you can do for yourself today?
Believe for it.
Mm-hmm.
I love what
Mm-hmm.
April had to say. Believe for it.
Yeah. And some of you, the thing you're going to have to start doing, some you'll need to start doing, some you'll need to stop doing. So some of you, you're going to need to stop beating yourself up for not already being married. That's one of the kindest things you could do for yourself today. Just stop beating yourself up for not being there yet. Stop expecting it to look a certain way. Stop doing it in this way that is causing you pain and grief and heartache, and start paying attention to what love feels like. Start loving yourself better. Start treating yourself with the love, kindness, and tenderness that you hope to experience from somebody else. Stop waiting. Start putting your love out there, your offer to love others out into the world, and see what happens when you are taking action that is really motivated by that place of love. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. I have something I want to share with you all, but I would love to answer any questions or take any comments first. Anybody want to share? Ask? You can go ahead and unmute yourself or raise your hand.
It's April again, if no one
Yes.
else. So, okay. So, Marlene made me remember a question I've had for a long time. How in the world will there be any kind of man that can love me as Jesus does? Because we have a good thing. We have a good thing going. So I don't understand.
He can't. He can't.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
too high an expectation. Like,
Yes.
let's be nobody's
Yes.
going to love you. Jesus
Yes.
has the capacity and the ability to love everybody, everywhere, all the time, no matter what.
Yes.
He has nothing
Yes.
hindering his ability to love you. Okay.
Yes.
So no one's
Yes.
going to love you like Jesus does. And nobody
Okay.
else has to.
Mhm.
Every other human on earth
Yes.
is in some way either enhancing or reducing their capacity and their ability to love.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
when we are doing the work, when we are focusing on Christ, we are enhancing and expanding our capacity to love ourselves and to love others. Some of
Mhm.
us are getting pretty good at it. We don't
Mhm.
have a lot of judgment left. We don't have a lot of criticisms left. We still have
Mhm.
some. There's some things
Yeah.
that still are like, I
Yeah.
cannot love that kind of a person. But
Yeah.
for the most part, I think a lot of us are learning how to open our hearts up and love, especially when we learn how to have boundaries at the same time, because
Mhm.
otherwise we love in a way that is quite self-destructive. And so as we
Yeah.
love ourselves, we establish boundaries. As we establish boundaries, we enhance our capacity to love others in a way that is healthy.
Okay.
On the other hand, we have a lot of people who are destroying their capacity to love. I have this idea that in biblical times, there was a lot of physical leprosy.
Mhm.
I believe our generation is struggling with a lot of emotional leprosy.
I agree with that.
Thinking about leprosy as a condition in which you go numb, you lose your sensations, and then you hurt yourself because you didn't get the warning signs that something you were touching was dangerous.
Mhm.
And I believe our generation has emotional leprosy, where we're not sensitive to our emotions anymore. We're numbing out. We're distracting ourselves with TV and Netflix and food and all kinds of things. Like, the world is very distracting and our brains love it. They're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love everything. I can conserve energy. I can enjoy pleasure. I can avoid pain. Our brains have it made They don't
Mhm.
have to experience a lot of pain. And so they numb out to discomfort, but
Mhm.
then we get hurt because we keep running into things that are very painful, and we're not responding in a healthy way. We're not responding when our boundaries are violated. We're not responding when things are, painful to us, and we should automatically be backing up. Just like when you touch a stove, you should have
Right.
an automatic response of like, ow,
Mhm.
don't touch.
Mhm.
But we're not
Exactly.
doing that anymore emotionally. And so we
Mhm.
keep engaging and hurting ourselves in that way. So
Mhm.
I believe we have to pay attention to our emotions. We have to learn how to process them. We have to learn to be sensitive once more, because it is a gift from God, not something to be ignored. Does that make sense? I kind of ranted and I forget if I answered your question.
Well, a couple of things. One, I think I missed maybe the last session that you offered, but the one with the emotions, that was
Mm.
so powerful, really very,
Oh,
very helpful.
good.
I could dig deeper into that.
Mm.
So have a chance to work with you in the future on that. But yeah, so the thing with Jesus is that he's my provider, he's my protector. He takes me out. He is the one that I can go to when things seem crazy, and he reminds me that all things work together for good, and things are working for me and not against me. And then he
Yeah.
manages to correct it all and make me stand up on my feet again. So I
So
like,
you need a husband, not
yeah,
because you need him, but because you want someone to love. And that
yes,
is reason enough,
yes,
because I want to love somebody. I have a lot of love in my heart and I would love
yeah.
to bestow it on somebody. I just
That's
want somebody who I can express it at.
that's, that's exactly it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and that's a
You
beautiful
expressed it.
reason. I just
Oh,
want to
great.
love you. And then it doesn't
Yeah,
have to be about being a certain type or a certain
yeah,
thing or what they're going to do for you. You're just
yeah,
there so that you
yeah.
can love somebody and explore what it looks like to share the love of God with others. Does that help? Because we put a lot of weird
Yes,
expectations on relationships.
yes.
And when we have Christ as our provider and savior,
Yes,
we don't need a guy to do that in
yeah,
the same way that we kind of have been taught to expect. Does
yes,
that make sense?
exactly. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And this goes, I've been thinking about this a lot lately because obviously coaching like this it's a bit of a luxury, especially if you're doing the private stuff. And I was thinking about those who can't afford to work with me privately because they're just not in a position to do that. And I was thinking about what I would want to say to them. And the truth is, if you're in a place of legit poverty where you're having a hard time getting food, shelter, basic necessities that you need, do not think about marriage as a ticket out of poverty. Do not use marriage to get yourself out of that situation. Use what I'm teaching you to figure out how to get your finances in order and how to lift yourself out of poverty, and then pursue marriage when you don't need somebody to save you from your situation. Because then, if we're looking at our situation as terrible, something bad we have to escape, then we're looking at our husband as a savior, and he's not. He never was supposed to be. And we will use that relationship and we will pursue it to try and escape this other thing. And it's not a healthy place to build a relationship from. So if you can't afford the extra stuff at this point, I would encourage you. I am producing a weekly podcast where I share my best tools and ideas with everybody freely and publicly. I'm doing these group coaching calls every week on Friday. I loved this past month where I was doing a lot of pay what you want coaching calls, and it was amazing. And I'll tell you why I did that. Over the summer, I took a bit of a break. It's been a rough year being I've been in away from my husband since April. So getting the girls back into school here in Canada, being on our own over here, living at my mom's house, not seeing him. And then he visited for the summer. So I kind of cleared my schedule for the summer so I could spend time with my family. And then at the end of the summer, it was amazing. We had a great time together. And if you want the details on how that all went, there's a podcast episode on it. But anyway, at the end of the summer, I was really down. I was having a hard time. I was not excited about having to spend another days in Canada while he went back to Zimbabwe. I wasn't really looking forward to a lot of stuff, and I was sad and frustrated and stuck. And I decided, because I do this work, so I was like, well, you could apply your own coaching to yourself and figure this out. So I did. And I decided to tune into generosity. And so I offered the pay what you want coaching as a generous thing. I just wanted to connect with as many of you as possible. And I got to reconnect with some people I had talked to over a couple of years ago, even. I got to meet a bunch of new people. And then it just, that generosity stirred up so much joy in me, and it doubled. Like, I was being generous, and then I wanted to be more generous. And so after this past month, I wanted to offer you all everything I've got, everything, all of it. I just want to give it all to you. Because in the past, I've been building this as my business. This is the work that I do. This is how I put food on my family's table. This is my job. And I was learning how to do business from people who are great mentors, but they were telling me how to do it in a specific way. And I was following instructions. But my best mentors always told me, be as generous as you possibly can. Don't hold anything back. And at first I didn't understand what that meant, but I think I got it now. And so I would love to invite you to my new membership program. It's called Foundations for Love. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you what it is, because I'm excited about it. We're going to share screen here, and we're going to go over here. Can you see this new screen? Share. Do you see this? Can I get a thumbs up from somebody? Okay,
Yes.
so not this one. Hang on 1 second. Oops, whoops, messing it up. We need, oh, there's too many buttons here. Okay, so this one, that's what I need. All right, so I have put in everything that I have created, my relationship starter course, my signature course, Ready for the One. This course is huge. There are 6 modules inside of this program, and there are about 5 or 6 classes in each of these modules, and they are on all of the milestones within a relationship. So being single, knowing your worth, getting back into dating, discerning, courtship, preparing for marriage, plus all of the videos, the recordings from these group coaching calls are going to be going right here into this amazing library. So that library is going to continue to build and build and build. So the emotions workshop that we did a couple weeks ago, all of those group coaching calls are going to come live in this video library right here. Plus, you're going to get, there's so many good things. The conversation starter scripts that I've created so you can get conversations going more easily with people, and my daily devotional. I created a 90-day daily devotional to really help you adopt the mind of Christ and learn how to use the life code, because that's one of my best coaching tools. We're also going to get another a bonus for helping to free yourself from other people's expectations, what your family, kids, parents, boyfriend, whatever they think you should do. We're going to learn how to escape that should mentality. Plus, you're going to get the 31-day dating challenge. And we're going to go through this in October. So it's a great time. And there's more. Oh, you get the meditation pack. And this is my favorite thing, because I know that you need 3 things to pursue your God-given desire for marriage. You need the right mindset, and that means adopting the mind of Christ. You need the right tools, and that's what this program provides. It provides you the relationship skills, the conversation skills, communication, all the skills and tools and resources you need. You need to do some studying. You need to learn some new things in order to really have success on this journey. And the third thing you need is support. You need accountability, you need coaching, you need a community around you. And I am here to offer you the coaching and accountability side of things. Plus, our community is growing all the time, and there are amazing women who are here to rally around you. So I am offering this program based on what works for you. So everybody who enrolls to participate in this program is going to get all of this stuff, the coaching, the meditations, the relationship ready for the one. This program, people have been buying it for the past 2 years for over $1,000. And I want to show you what we're going to do instead of all that. I have a new plan. My generously inspired plan is this, if I can find it. We're going to go to proverbs2426.com/love, where you can sign up for this membership. It is a group membership. So we're doing the group coaching here. The replays will live in the program and you will get access to everything that I just mentioned there. But the thing that I'm doing differently is that we are doing it in a 3-tier system. So you get to decide what price point works best for you. If you have a smaller budget, I am here to support you where you're at. And that means you can get everything I just mentioned for just $49 a month, and you will get a monthly private coaching call. It's a shorter one. It's just 30 minutes, but for this price, you're getting like thousands of dollars worth of material plus a private coaching call. So this is amazing. If you would like more coaching, but you still, the budget, I mean, it's hard times. We got to be honest. And I want to meet you where you're at. So this same thing, you get all that stuff I just showed you. Plus you get 2 private coaching sessions and they're each an hour long. And if you have the finances and you can, I would encourage you, but I understand a lot of people can't, I would encourage you to try weekly coaching where you're getting weekly support on managing your mind, adopting the mind of Christ, and really doing this work very consistently, very dedicated. This is kind of like a fast track program idea where if you want all of the encouragement to, and the reason I like doing it this way is because you're going to learn so much inside of the program. You're going to be able to do everything at a self-study, do it at your own pace kind of thing. But sometimes it's really important to understand how a specific lesson applies directly to you. And so that's where the private sessions are really helpful. You can take what you're learning in a module or somewhere and ask me directly, like, I get it, but I don't quite get how it applies to me. And I can show you. And that way you're getting that constant feedback, you're getting that support, you're getting the encouragement, and you're getting it fine-tuned and customized to you. So when you enroll today, this is a no contract thing. So you can sign up whenever you want. You can exit whenever you want. You can switch plans whenever you want. And I wanted to make it as accessible as possible for anybody who wants to participate, get the resources they need, get the support they need, and take this journey. So really think about what is the kindest thing you could do for yourself today. Would it be to just sign up and start learning all that you can to make this journey as smooth and beautiful and enjoyable as possible? Or are you ready to really dig in? Can you dig in? Would it be kind for you to dig deeper and go with an Emerald package where you're getting the weekly support of private coaching? But wherever you're at, I want you to know the thing that is on my heart is to empower women and to give them the tools that they need to be successful as they pursue their God-given desire for marriage. And I want to just kind of share an idea that I've been sharing with my clients. I've repeated this a couple times with them. And I know a lot of you are frustrated because you feel like you're not getting to where you want to be, and you're looking out into the world and you're seeing everybody else. It seems easy for them. Like they're not trying very hard. They just seem to relationships are happening all over the place. And you're asking yourself, like, why not me? Why can't I get what I want? And I want you to recognize that you are not pursuing the same goal as most people. There is a big difference between a Christ-centered marriage and your typical relationship out in the world. It is massive. It is the difference between pursuing an Olympic gold medal and playing for the Little League. Okay, so please do not expect the effort and the intensity to be the same when you're pursuing like a gold medal for the Olympics and when you are just participating in what the world has to offer. It's night and day difference. So yeah, it is an investment. It is work. It is growth, and growth is hard, and growth can be painful. We have growing pains, but with the right support, with the right tools, knowledge, and mindset, you can believe in this journey and achieve that God-given desire. And I am here to support you. I believe in it with you, and I am holding that space open for you. And this right now is the best way that I can help you to help yourself and give you the support that you need. So if you have questions about it, if you want to join me, head over to proverbs2426.com/love. See, we got it right here. I'm going to cut and paste that into the chat box for you. And now I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen if I figure out how to do that. Stop sharing. There we go. All right. So we're going to paste that right there. If you would love to join me, I would love to have you, and I would like to answer any questions. But other than that, I'm really excited to offer this to everybody. And I hope that you'll join me inside the Foundations for Love program. Let me know what you think. Do you like this idea? Do you think it helps? I am here to support you and meet you where you're at. What do you need? Let me know. Nadira, don't know what to look for in a person online. I haven't been asked out. And okay, so I love this. There's so much stuff inside that program about online dating. Most importantly is the 31-day challenge where we stop doing online dating first. We take a little hiatus from all the online distractions. This is really important because we are kind of conditioned to use the online tools in a certain way. And it's usually from a motivation of fear, lack, comparison, a lot of judgment. And so we don't get great results when we're using a tool that way. What the 31-day challenge does, which is included with your membership, is it really helps you to understand why am I using these tools the way I am? You're going to take a break. You're going to unplug. You're going to distance yourself, and you're going to reassess. You're going to get quiet. You're going to get still. You're going to do this over the course of 31 days. And each day in the challenge, it's so cool because there's like a very short activity or thing for you to do that's going to help you learn or apply what you're learning in a new way and put it into action. When I coach, I talk a lot about the life code. Inside of this program, you're going to learn all about it, but primarily you're going to learn how to take action that is really in alignment with what you want and what is good and what is Christ-centered. So I hope that I will see you inside of the Foundations program. That is where I'm going to be doing all of my coaching going forward. And so I wanted to keep it simple. I wanted it to be streamlined, and I wanted to be generous, and I wanted it to be affordable, and I wanted it to be really robust for those who are in a position to go to that deeper level. But for at least, I wanted everybody to be able to afford this on a monthly basis and get access to all of it. So I'd love it if you would head over to proverbs2426.com/love. Register today. We're going to be building it out. It's going to grow every month. I've really got big ideas about what's possible in the future, and I want you to be part of this journey. This is the first time I'm offering it in this way, but there's lots of testimonials on the sign up page where you can hear more about what it's like inside the course, what it's like to work with me from people who are my clients or have been my clients or have participated in any of these programs in the past. So check it out. Really excited about all of this, and I can't wait to support you in this new way because I think it gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you the coaching you need, and it gives you all the resources. Because here's one thing that comes up sometimes. Sometimes when I'm coaching people who haven't done the coursework, then I spend a lot of our coaching sessions teaching them those tools. And that's all well and good, but it would be better if they were learning those things independently and then they brought with them their questions so I could coach them on that. And then I have people who are doing the program, and for one reason or another, they get distracted, they get discouraged, they get stuck, they get, life happens. And so they don't necessarily know how to make it work for them, and they're not getting the support they need. I tried to support people in the comments and through the Facebook group and stuff like that. But there's a big difference between like what we can do in a group coaching session like this and what we can do one-on-one. So I want everybody in the program to at least have a monthly private session with me directly. All the coaching sessions are with me, and be able to use this material in a way that is effective and supportive, feels amazing, and gets results. That's really important. I need you to know that this is still a very small community. We are still in our infancy, and we have only had a couple handfuls of women go through the program, and have only been able to coach so many women so far. We're still in our baby days, but we have one of my clients has been married for 6 months now, and one of my students from Ready for the One has been married for 18 months. And both of their stories are available for you to check out over on the website. Head over to proverbs2426.com/love to get all of those details. Check out what people are saying. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. You can send me an email. My email address is Lily, Lily, at proverbs2426.com. And I'm just really, really excited and happy to be able to put this out into the world. And I trust that if this is right for you, then we have an amazing future together, and it is going to be really exciting. I love watching your transformation and all the growth. That is one of the biggest joys and blessings of the work that I do. I get to watch people come in and feel so scared and down on themselves. They're beating themselves up, and they're just having a hard time, and they're suffering a lot of unnecessary suffering. And to watch you go from that to this woman who is confident in herself and blooming and full of love and full of joy, and just knowing deep in her soul and in her bones that she is worthy of love, and that the thing that she is offering to somebody else is the most amazing gift anybody could give. So I'm just so excited to watch you go from that to there, and to enjoy your marriage, and to be an example of what is possible, and to make the world a better place, and to expand what is possible through God and his love, and sharing it through relationship, through love, through marriage. So if you have questions, let me know. I'm checking the chat box. We got any questions over there? Oh, I lost my chat box. I don't know where that is. There it is. All right. So that brings us to the end of today's group call. I hope you found all this helpful. If you have questions, once again, head over to Lily at proverbs2426.com. Send me an email, reply to any of the emails I send you, and let's go do this. Let me support you. Let me help you. Let's get it done. Until next week. Bye for now. God bless you.